you're doing? I'm done with finals. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy to be done with finals. Anyway, I'm here to give you all a review of episode 3 and 4 slash a recap of episode 3 and 4 of the Prime Minister's Dating or the Prime Minister and I. And basically what happened in episode 3 is that Dajong was misunderstood by the secretary and by Inho, which is Yoon Shi-yoon, that she was just sticking to the Prime Minister for her own personal gain, and that was what she wanted all along. And then Inho found out, and the Prime Minister also found out, that her dad was sick, and that was why she wanted to get married to the Prime Minister, and they were wrong about her, so they felt so sorry. And the Prime Minister then told her that he wanted to marry her, or he would be willing to marry her. After all, it's a win-win situation because he met with the president, and the president was telling him how if he breaks up with her, it's gonna like cause him issues, etc, etc, but he doesn't want to go into his life, like he doesn't want to put his mouth where it's not his business and like intervene in their issues. So anyway, he told Daejong he'll be willing to marry her, and Daejong said okay. And then they were on the wedding day. Daejong's dad came, and because her dad has a problem with seeing people in white and thinking as his wife, he thought that Daejong was his wife. But before that, when Inho and the Prime Minister found out that she was not just using him and it was because of her dad, she wanted to get married because he has only 6 months to live, they felt so bad and they apologized, and it was just the coolest thing ever. But so on the wedding day, the father saw her, and the father thought that she was her mom, and she was crying because her dad didn't remember her, and she felt like it was all useless because she was getting married for her dad, and her dad just didn't recognize her as Daejong, and that was like the saddest thing ever. But finally he regained his memory back after the first snow, and he walked her down the aisle and they got married. So that's basically what happened this week. That's the short form of it, and you'll find out other things that happened this week from my best scenes and my least favorite scenes. Okay, now let's do this. Let's go to my best scenes and my least favorite scenes. My best scenes, oh my goodness. I thought it was only Daejong that had a wild imagination, but it turns out that the Prime Minister has a pretty crazy imagination too, okay? He has some real crazy imaginations. E.g., when he was with Inho in the car and it was his first day as the Prime Minister, and Inho was letting him know that he was gonna have a busy day, and he was imagining everything that was gonna happen, and it was just crazy funny. Okay, I laughed my heart out for that part. My second favorite scene was when Daejong was in his house and she was hiding, and then Manse came to hide behind the, what they call it, the cupboard or the desk, and then they saw each other, and he told her to keep quiet. And then he took her to his dad's room. And when he took her to his dad's room, Daejong started imagining like all kinds of weird things about his dad, like how he showers, how he reads the book on the chair or on the bed. It was just the most hilarious thing ever. She got flustered. But that was pretty cute. And I also loved how when she was making him the frogs and the turtles, that she hugged him when he said he was hungry, and she realized that all he actually needed was a hug, the love of someone, and she gave him that hug, and that was so touching. Oh my goodness, that was like a long time since the son has ever been hugged by anyone, because his dad doesn't show that emotion. Which brings me to my next scene, when the first day in the morning, when he woke up his first time as a Prime Minister, he took his children to teach them Kendo. You kids! Okay, anyway, he took them to teach them Kendo, and it was just hilarious how he was teaching them, because it reminded me of Sound of Music, Maria, and the captain and his kids, and that was just so cute though. It was nice reliving that memory again, but that was really cool. So I really loved that scene. It was quite hilarious. I'm like, my goodness, Sound of Music! But that was pretty cool. My next favorite scene was when she wore the black dress and she came to meet him in the party to find out who the spy is, which by the way, I knew he was a spy. Immediately I saw that dude like removing that stuff, I knew he was suspicious. He was just too good to be true, okay? But anyway, she came in the black dress and she looked, oh my goodness, she looked breathtaking gorgeous. Okay, let's take a minute of silence on how beautiful Yuna was. Okay, a second. Okay, we're done. But she was so beautiful. Oh my goodness. And she was so beautiful that the prime minister was like speechless, and his heart was beating fast. And then In-ho too was like, oh my goodness, she'd be fine. But yeah, that was pretty cool though, so I loved that. My next favorite scene was when she wore the wedding dress and she was with the prime minister and they were watching the festival. She looked so beautiful. Oh my goodness. Yuna is gonna make one of the most beautiful brides ever. No, seriously, that dress was like so beautiful. I'm happy the secretary didn't give her the first dress she chose, because this dress was classy. It made her look like a princess. Like, oh my goodness, she was just classy and beautiful, okay? But it was so totally awesome. I love that scene. I was like, just so beautiful. So yeah, I love that scene. My next favorite scene was when the dad remembered who she was, and the dad came in. He's like, Dad Jong, you're my daughter. And that was just so, oh my goodness, I was so sad and so sweet. I was so happy for her. Her dad finally remembered her, so all her efforts are not going to waste. That's pretty cool though. My next favorite scene was when her dad walked her down the aisle, and then he gave her over to the Prime Minister Kwon Yu, and he told him to take care of his daughter and be good. And I didn't cry when he forgot who she was, but that part just got me. I'm like, oh my goodness, that was just so painful and so touching, and oh my goodness, that was the saddest, sweetest, everything ever. It just like literally took my head out. But yeah, that was really touching. My next favorite scene was when the Prime Minister was reading what Manse wrote about her, and Manse first of all drew her as this beautiful tortoise, and then drew his dad as this very ugly, hideous frog who is always angry and with a bad expression. Sounds hilarious. But then he wrote on how she's a good person and he wants her to be his mom. And that was cute, because children have this sense of just knowing when someone's good, regardless of like who they are. They just have that instinct, okay, unlike adults. So that's pretty cool. I love that. My next favorite scene was when they glued their hands, when she went to use the super glue, and then the husband, yeah, because he's a husband now, he came and he went to use the hand wash to, after being mean to her, and then he got his hand glued, and then she came to help him and she got her hand glued to his. That was like the most hilarious thing ever. But yeah, that was pretty cool. I totally love that. Okay, that was like, oh my goodness, y'all be crazy though. But and then they went on the helicopter. That was also one of my favorite scenes, when they were fighting over the phone, and then was like, oh my goodness, I can't handle y'all need to get over yourselves. Okay, I'm gonna take this phone right now, so take the phone, okay? So that was pretty cool. And then the fish part, for anyone who knows Yuna, y'all know Yuna like is scared of fishes. So I think that part was actually Yuna and not just the character. It was actually Yuna being sincerely scared of the fish. So that was really cool though. I love that part too. And my next favorite scene was when she made the Prime Minister smile. When she told him how she was scared, that's why she said she didn't want to marry him again, because there was that time before they decided to finally get married, and she was like, oh, I was just scared, but I'll try harder, is that okay? And he was like, oh yeah, let's shake, and they shook, and it was just so cool. He was just smiling, and I'm like, dude, you're already falling for her, you just don't realize it yet. But it was the cutest scene ever. Now let's go to my least favorite scene. My least favorite scene was when the dad did not remember who she was. Oh my goodness, that was so sad. But yeah, it was like really, really sad. That part was so touching. I felt bad for her. My next least favorite scene, I'll list a few more least favorite scenes before I go to another favorite scene of scenes that I just remembered. Another least favorite scene that I didn't like was when Dajong was talking to the Prime Minister, and that's about how she wants to marry him, and he kind of played with her feelings and emotions, like, dude, I'm not gonna marry you. But first he said, oh yeah, well, but yeah, y'all understand what I mean, when he did the whole hand into the wall when they were in his office. So yeah, I really didn't like that scene. My next least favorite scene was when In-ho was just like shooting her down without really giving her a time or a chance to explain herself. I'm like, no, In-ho, you're gonna regret this later, don't do that. But yeah, I didn't like that scene. Yeah, so another scene that I absolutely loved was when In-ho came to the wedding place and he saw her and her hair stuff was coming out and he held her. I'm like, have so much good chemistry now. Like, oh my goodness, my second lead syndrome is going so high right now. I don't want to do myself. But yeah, that was so cool though. I love that. My next favorite scene was when the other reporters came for his dinner occasion that he was having, and one of them, they didn't allow them enter, and the other reporter dude, the mean one that exposed everything, came, and he wanted to get in after down talking them, and he didn't get in, and they started calling him poop and stuff like that, and that was just so hilarious. I'm like, yep, you got yours. So that was really cool. So yeah, my next favorite scene was when what's his name, Inho. Inho? Yeah, when Inho was fighting for Dajong, when the secretary told him about Dajong, and he's like, no, Inho, she's a good girl, you should be appreciative to her. I like when he was standing up for her before he lost himself a little bit and then he came back. So that was pretty cool though. My next favorite scene was when Ryujin was talking with the secretary and he was trying to say bad things about her because she's been with the guy for 20 years. Girlfriend, 20 years! Go get married to someone else. He ain't gonna look at you as a woman, girlfriend. But I felt so bad for her though. But she needs to come to reality too though. But anyway, yeah. So he was talking bad and she just kind of dissed him, and that was just so cool though. So I love that scene. So yeah, this week was pretty interesting. What did you think about this week? Did you like it? Did you not like it? I'm pretty excited to see how the children are gonna like deal with her, because right now two of them don't like her and they're pretending to be all goody 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 in front of their dad, but at his back they're all bad 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 bad. So I'd like to see where they go with that, and I'm sure the girl will like her first and then the son will follow. So I'd like to see what happens with that. And I'm pretty sure that the guy, the spy in the house, was actually sent by Ryujin. I am so sure. That is one of my conspiracy theories. So what did you think about Hess? What did Hess? Oh my goodness, I really do miss that drama, right? What did you think about the Prime Minister's dating this week? Did you love it? Did you not love it? Tell me what you thought about it in the comments down below, and don't forget to give this video a like if you loved it this week, okay? From me to you all, don't forget to subscribe. My name is Deborah, and this is Hijasco1. Peace.